Hello, this is Abhishek Rawal from expresscomputer.in, and today we have Dr. Shantam Shukla. He is the lead innovation officer for Forbes Marshall, and he'll be talking about the various aspects of digital transformation at Forbes Marshall. Thanks for joining.
Thanks,
Uh,
Abhishek.
so my first question would be if you can talk about some recent IT initiatives at Forbes Marshall, which includes robotic process automation and also artificial intelligence to an extent. So if you can start off with the RPA initiative.
Okay. Yes, so Forbes Marshall has been on this journey of digitization for quite some time now. In fact, in one of the recent pieces that we did with Express Computers, we talked about so you want to jump to Industry 4.0. And one of the important things that we have learned in our experience is that there is a certain maturity to process before you can really get the true benefits of processes like RPA, and even Abhishek, you mentioned about AI and ML. So both of these combined, there is a maturity level that is required. Specifically for RPA, yes, we had introduced a couple of applications, and we have used it for some of the financial works that we do internally, specifically in audits, and we have found very good results. The time saving and the amount of accuracy that we are getting is huge, and more importantly, we are able to really relieve our people to do something which is more intellectual, where the smaller things are taken care by these RPA systems.
Okay. And if you can also talk about some solutions that you provide on the AI front for the boilers.
Oh yeah, so even to add to the AI story, this is where I was connecting in the earlier part of my answer as well, that the first real critical piece is to actually get data. And in FM Forbes Marshall, we are very strong in steam solutions. We provide boilers right from steam generation to distribution and consumption. We'll have solutions. And if you typically look at a boiler, it's like a white elephant. I mean, the boiler might be costing anywhere from as high as maybe 50 lakhs, 1 crores, 2 crores, but the consumption of a boiler is even higher. I mean, in a year it might actually consume 5 times the amount that you actually spend to buy it. And Forbes Marshall specifically for last more than 15 years has this product FE Max and Eversense platforms, which have actually captured data for our clients. So our clients who have taken these solutions from us, they have managed to cover data for 15 years on this. Now is when the potential to unlock AI and ML happens. Why? Because now you have some good data with yourself to actually work and come out with algorithms. So we are in process of launching a new solution. We call it EverGuard. And some of these features that you are discussing of AI ML would actually get implemented in this solution, and our clients will be able to benefit from this. So the important thing here again is, yes, there are certain best practices that I can transplant from one experience at a customer side to another, but the true intricacies of a customer side or of a boiler working in a specific condition can only come if you have collected this data. And that is why it's so critical that once you start being on this journey of digitization, you give yourself time to mature on it. We would love to sell you anything, but we really believe that at FM, integrity and really giving customers what they want is important. And so our advice to customers is get on this journey of digitization, start collecting data, build some robust, be on this journey for some time, and then you'll really start seeing the values getting unlocked, the true values getting unlocked.
And as far as the algorithms for the artificial intelligence is concerned, can you talk a little bit more about that in terms of what is the scope that it offers for the customers to play out the algorithms with, and after that, what are the kind of benefits that?
So for now, we are giving the facility where through our own Forbes Marshall has been an organization for nearly 100 years now, has been related to steam, and we understand boiler like nobody else. And this is where our knowledge base is coming in. Now we are able to build algorithms. We understand what are the parameters that are critical, what are the parameters that are essential to working of an efficient boiler, and we are providing that. In fact, I would love to share this. 10 years back we had this solution where we went to our customers and told them, we'll guarantee certain level of efficiency depending on their site conditions, and we'll deliver it. We'll manage your boilers. We are finding that though 10 years back the receptivity for such a solution might not have been that high, today people are more readily accepting it. So to specifically answer your questions, I'll break it in two parts. There is a lot of expertise that we have built over the years, so where we can directly provide certain kind of algorithms to really improve your solutions, improve your performance of your boilers through these digital platforms that we are now having. And of course the site specific and the customer specific intricacies, these are very specific site details. These also can be covered in a very short period of time by collecting good quality data. So earlier if you had to do maybe a year or 2 year data collection, today through our deep knowledge in this, maybe a few months data, or even within a year you can have good data to actually start making sense out of it.
And IoT is a technology which is gaining steam now. But again, if you have to implement this technology, there are various other things to be taken care of because it has to work in sync with a lot of other infrastructure as well, because there's a lot of processing. So it needs certain benchmarking models. So there is a certain uniform framework that is referenceable, so that you are able to implement it in a more easy way, and there are predictable results. So can you share your views on IoT, on the benchmarking models for IoT?
So Abhishek, there are many people who are talking about these benchmark models, but this is something which is very, very specific to a firm, and the objective here is to have a team set up which can actually take a look at how you are established in your processes. In one of the recent thought pieces that we put out, we discussed about how this progression, actually if you look at Industry 4.0, everybody talks about Industry 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now on which part are you is very, very critical to note. It might be possible that just by implementing Industry 3 practices, which might be just simple automations or high level automations with IT integration, can actually help you address rather than going for true blue Industry 4 solutions. So these are very, very specific to organizations. There are certain models that are available, and I guess organizations should use them to understand their processes better.
Okay. And on a national level, what are some of the themes and trends that you see emerging as far as digital transformation is concerned, on the basis of the engagements that you do with industry forums?
I've been lucky to be part of CII Western region for last couple of years, and we have been doing work in both innovation ecosystem. And in fact, this year it was felt that digitization being such an important part, that it became one of the core topics of our committee. Now, what have we been doing? So one of the important things is for any body such as CII, and we specifically, we are doing that, is actually to share these best practices, start those conversations going, get those awareness happening, and awareness not only in say the top cities. So we have conducted programs not only in Mumbai and Pune. Our committee took a very conscious decision to even go to towns in Ahmedabad, in Indore, where you have many manufacturing industries, and to ensure that good quality conversation and discussions happen in these places. So we have really worked very hard on increasing the awareness and getting these sharing of these best practices happening. And perhaps that is one very strong initiative. In fact, even Express Computer has been organizing many such events. And I guess it's very critical that you engage in these conversations. The critical part here is that why would we like the entire industry to come across is because digitization, mind you, cannot be in isolation. You can do as much, you can reach to a certain level in isolation, but the ecosystem is very critical. Some of you who have worked or who know about automotive industry would appreciate that the control that automotive industry as a group has, right from the OEM to tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3 supply, is very, very strong. They are very, very strongly interlinked compared to, say, some of the other industries that you see. Now, for that industry, which is very strongly linked, would be able to unlock the IoT potentials far more than anybody else. And that is what we have realized, and that is why we argue that the ecosystem is so critical, that in this journey, when you're talking of connectedness, and Industry 4.0 is about connectedness, so how can you be isolated in implementation? And bodies such as CII and even Express Computers and others, I guess they have a very strong role in ensuring that the entire industry moves towards in this direction.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shantam.
Yep. Thank you.